Hello all, welcome back to Xamarin Tech Talks. Hope everyone are doing good. So today we'll see one more concept in Xamarin Forms where we are trying to include a progress loader functionality for our asynchronous operations. So we are trying to include that particular thing in our Xamarin Forms applications. So for achieving this particular functionality, we'll be going with the native implementation itself. So using a dependency concept. So let's just get started in creating that. So let's create a new solution. Next, progress sample, and let's just place this in desktop. So as I said, like we are going with native functionality. So in iOS, we'll be using BT Progress Hood, which is a progress loader for iOS application, and we'll be using and hood, which is for Droid applications to show the progress loader. So for that, I'm just going to create a interface in my PCL project where I'll be defining what I need to have for this progress loader. So I progress interface. So here I'll be having two methods which are kind of void show, string title, and the default value, and one more method void hide. So these two are the specific methods, and we are going to implement these particular methods in our native platforms. First, let's go to iOS project and we'll just add a NuGet package here. So BT progress hood. So we have included the BT progress hood here. So it was successfully added. So I'm just going to create a new class file, and I'll name it as progress loader. So we'll use that progress interface and we'll implement the functionality. Before that, we just need to include the specific namespace for BT progress hood. So in show, we'll use the functionality of BT progress hood here. So BT progress hood dot show. The first one is the title, and the other one is the mask type. So it's your wish if you just want to have more things that you want to include in this BT progress dot show, you can just use that. Mask type would be black. So if you want to go for gradient or if you want to go for clear, you can just go with that. So BT progress hood dot dismiss. So these two are the specific methods, and we'll just specify that this particular class is an dependency. So assembly dependency, the type, it is a type of progress loader, the class name that we have now created. So we'll just resolve this Xamarin Forms, and this would be the present namespace. So this is the implementation for iOS. Let's move to Droid. We'll just try to include a NuGet package here and hood. So we are just going to include and hood here. So it was successfully added. Now we'll just try to add a class file where we do the same implementation that we have done for iOS progress loader. So I progress interface, and we'll implement the interface. Before that, we'll just include the namespace Android hood. So for Android, we just need to run this particular thing on the main thread. So we just need to specify that invoke this on a main thread. So for that, we'll be using device. Let's resolve this Xamarin Forms dot begin invoke on main thread. So where we need to define an action. In that, we'll specify and hood dot shared dot show, and we need to specify the context. For Xamarin Forms, we use forms dot context. So where it actually gives you the correct context object, and after that we'll be specifying the status as title, and after that we need to include the mask type. Mask type dot black. Here also you can just go with gradient, clear, so based on your need. So we need to do the same thing for dismissing the progress loader. So and hood dot shade dot dismiss. So this is the implementation for Android. As we need to know that we just need to specify this particular file as a dependency. So we are trying to do that. Type of progress loader. Let's resolve this. Droid. So this is the implementation for Droid. So let's do a small recap. So we have tried to create an interface on my PCL, and we have just specified two methods there, show and hide. And after that, we just went to iOS and included BT progress hood, and we have just created a progress loader class where we are just trying to implement the iProgress interface functionality here using that native progress loader, which is BT progress hood. And we just went to Android and did the same thing by just bringing up the package and hood here and created a class progress loader and implemented the functionality of show and hide here. So now let's go to PCL for the functionality. So we'll just go to app.xaml.cs and we'll just try to register the dependency. So dependency service.register. So if you are using any specific MVVM process like Fresh MVVM or MVVM Lite or MVVM Cross, so they have their own IOC containers. So where you just need to register those things respectively. So as I'm just going with a plain Xamarin Forms application, so I'm using directly Xamarin Forms dependency service. So iProgress interface. So we have registered this interface. And after that, we are just going to create one specific class file, so which we call it as a base page, which will be inherited from content page, and we'll be using this base page across all the applications wherever we are using content page. So the main reason for that is, so I don't want to repeat my functionality, and I just want to make the utilization or usage very simple, so that there won't be any extra code that we need to write for specific pages. So I'll be creating two methods here. One is show and one is hide. So in that we'll specify dependency service dot get iProgress interface, and we just call show for this particular method, and we'll be using hide here. Now we'll go to our base Xamarin Forms page, and in that we'll try to inherit this from base page. If you see here, this is inheriting from content page, which is the default functionality. Now let's go and write on appearing. So as it's a sample thing, I'm just directly jumping and writing on that on appearing. So if you are dealing with any specific patterns and all, you can just write everything on view models, where you just write this particular base page stuff, whatever we have written in base view model, where you can just have all those things resolved there. So I'll just say show. So I'm not writing any other stuff. I'm just simply saying show. So let's run this application and see how it behaves. So you can see the progress loader with the specific text. So if you want specific text for independent scenarios, then you can just pass that particular value as a parameter, and we just need to include that. So let's see how it actually hides. So as I didn't specify any kind of timer and some gap, it just shows and it hides. So this is how we can just implement the progress loader. This is basically a basic idea, and so you can just increase that particular scope or increase the functionality if you want to have more implementation needed for that. So you can write based on your need. So hope everyone got an idea about how to use this progress loader. Thank you so much, and just please do subscribe for my channel. And if you have any queries or concerns, you can just go to discussion tab in my YouTube channel and just post a query there. Thank you so much.